Welcome back to another episode of Shut It. Shut It. With your host, me, Jen Kirwin. How you doing? Let's get right to it. In the news, what's going on? What is happening January 30th, 2023? Almost February. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Anyway, Marie Kondo. In the news, breaking news. You know who Marie Kondo is, right? The Japanese woman who wrote that book, The Art of Tidying Up or whatever. Marie Kondo revealed she's kind of given up on being so tidy. Quote from NPR. Kind of given up on being so tidy. And people are losing their minds. They're losing it. They don't know what to be outraged by anymore. So let's be outraged. Let's be outraged by Marie Kondo. Anyway, she has 3 kids. She had 2 Netflix specials, a New York Times, 2 best-selling books. Marie, psst, you know you can afford like a housekeeper, a house cleaner every day, all day long. You don't need to tidy up anymore, bitch. Come on. You know that. Spark some joy and hire a goddamn cleaning person. That's what I say. That should be your next book. Hire a goddamn cleaning lady or man. Or them. Who knows? I don't want to get people outraged at me. Hire who you want. All I'm saying is you made bank. You don't need to clean anymore. That's what I say. But Twitter's gone mad. They've lost their minds over this. They've lost their minds. But, you know, that's human nature. You know? We build people and we put them up on a pedestal. And we make them like the goddess of, I don't know, household sparking joy. And then they come crashing down, disappointment. You know, Marie Kondo was all about tidying. That's her whole marketing thing. Her whole identity, her whole brand is tidying up. And now she's kind of given up on it. Direct quote. Kind of given up on the one thing that made you millions of dollars. You're kind of dumb, Marie. I wouldn't give up on that at all. I would not give up on tidying. Keep on tidying. You have 3 kids. Get some help. Maybe you can write, the next book can be called The Art of Telling Your Housekeeper What to Do. You can do like quotes of what, you know, hey, I said, are you drinking water on the job? Get back to work. Or I can see dust bunnies under that coffee table. You know, like how to instruct your housekeeper because you made millions of dollars off of this book and you don't need to tidy up anymore. That's your new book. If anybody knows Marie Kondo out there, can you put her in touch with me? I don't know. I feel like I can help her rebrand herself into a whole new cottage industry. Do you know what I mean? I can even help her with the Netflix 3. Her third blockbuster, you know? And we'll call it the Don't Help the Help. Stop tidying, let the help tidy. It's going to be huge in Japan. I know it. And probably all of Asia, and it'll probably be up there with that show about the kids who go. Did you ever see that show? What is that show called? It's about the kids they're like babies, and they go and they find things at the store for their parents. They cross like highways. It's in Japan. What is that show? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. These babies, and they have cameras following them, and the mom and dad, it's almost like a trauma-based show, basically. It's basically these babies, the parents give them money, and they give them a list of things that these toddlers, 2-year, 3-year-olds have to buy at the supermarket, and they build it all up. Like, you better get me eggs. I don't know if it's eggs. Whatever, bread, this, that. Here's the thing that you need to get and bring back by yourself. Yeah, you're 2 years old, but you know what? This is Japan. We are taskmasters. We are go-getters. That's why we're number one. I don't even know if they are number one, but they probably were once. And it's a pretty nice place to live. I've never been to Japan. Marie Kondo, if you want me to work with you, I will fly out to Japan tomorrow if you want. Okay? Tomorrow. I'm here to help you rebrand your brand because you really effed it up with that little Twitter comment. I don't even know if you're on Twitter, but Twitter went nuts. You're kind of over tidying up. You know? Anyway, that show in Japan about these little babies, that's pretty much trauma. That's pretty much basically inducing trauma for just ratings, really. For just the amusement of us Westerners going, ha ha, isn't that crazy? It's like the opposite. It's like, I can imagine, I mean, I have a teenage daughter. I could imagine a show of like, I can't even imagine. Like, she wouldn't, my 16-year-old, I give her a list, go to the store and get that. Like, that would never, she never gets everything on the list. In fact, she won't go to the store for me. They should have a store, like a show of American teenagers going to the store for their parent, like not like, American teenagers who live in the suburbs going to the store by foot for their parents and look at that's trauma. You know how I would love to see my daughter on a show like that. Like, here, you have to walk the dog and go get some milk and bread and bring me back the change and not go on your phone and do TikToks. That's a show. Marie, we could do that too. We could do Western teenagers going to the store to get milk and bread and not go on their cell phone and bring the change back and not bitch and moan. That should be the title of the show. And then your show would be called Don't Help the Help. I like that. Don't Help the Help by Marie Kondo. And if they don't spark joy, then you fire them. You fire the help. All right? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Anyway, in other news, what's going on? Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Whoop, whoop. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I know all my friends back home. I see them on Facebook. They're flipping out. They're like, oh my God, it's like they're going to be in the Super Bowl next week. Yep. They're going to who are they playing? The Kansas City? Who know? I don't know. I don't follow sports. I just follow the people who are fanatical about sports. I follow their posts. It's a religion. And I don't know if you know Philadelphia. I don't know if you know American football. I forgot, we are in France. We're in Europe. American football, it's just as intense as it is in Europe for their soccer. It's pretty intense. Except in the U.S., the stadium where the Philadelphia Flyers, or did I just say Flyers? Oh my God. The Flyers are a hockey team. The Philadelphia Eagles, or as they call it, Eagles, they actually, this is honest to God true, in the stadium where the Philadelphia Eagles play, they have an actual jail. Yeah, they have a jail. They have a jail in the stadium because that's how stupid these fans can be. Idiots. They are so riled up. They think that they're playing. They paint themselves with the paint and they've got the shirt off and they've been out in the parking lot tailgating for hours drinking Miller Lights or whatever, Yinglings or Rolling Rocks. Some of them bring their grills. And some of them get so emotional that it turns violent in the stadium. And so they have to go to jail in the stadium. They don't even have time to put they just go, boop, you're going straight in the hole in the stadium. So that's fun. I'm going to watch for that. No, I'm just going to watch for the halftime Super Bowl show. Last year's was awesome. And I don't know who's performing this year, but I'm definitely going to chime in on that one. So yeah, what else is happening? We have COVID is 3 years old today, you guys. Can you believe it? It feels like 30 years sometimes, doesn't it? Feels like sometimes 30 years and then sometimes like 3 days. But yeah, we all went through it. Collective trauma. Amazing. 7 million people dead. God rest in peace. Yeah, 7 million. That's insane. And everybody had their own little weird thing that they did during the lockdown. I mean, I know it was very different here. Things were different state to state in the US, but where I am, I'm literally on the border of Switzerland. So I'm in France. Most of the people who live near me all work in Switzerland, including myself. And what the restrictions in France were, okay, they were pretty strict. You couldn't go out more than 1 kilometer away from your house. One kilometer, which is like, I don't know, even like a mile, not even, less than a mile. You had to have like a note of when you left the house. And then you could only go out once a day, and you couldn't go out past 6 p.m. So it was pretty dismal. It was like a ghost town. Then I work in Switzerland, so I had gigs. So I went over the border to where in Geneva, where it was just like nothing happened. There was no COVID. There was nothing. People were out at the bars, no masks, doing the kiss, kiss, kiss right up in your face. Oh, no, but in France, you were allowed out after 6 p.m. if you had a dog and you had to walk your dog. So, of course, my dog lost 47 kilos because I walked it all the time. It's a true story. So it's a win-win. Do you know what I mean? Do you know those people who are like, COVID was a blessing for me? Do you know any of those people? I know one of those people. She lives in Brooklyn. I'm not going to name names. Let's just call her Chrissy. Chrissy was like, yeah. Oh my God. You know what, Jen? COVID just made me stop. Do you know what I mean? Just made me stop. Yeah, I know 7 million people died, but still, it was really beneficial for me that it made me stop and just go, wait a second. I think it's this time for us to just appreciate what we have, And of course, my white collar job let me work from home, and I'm still working from home. And, so yeah, it was amazing. I regrouted the bathroom. I read a lot. I took lots of long walks. I just took time for me. Anyway, I don't know what you did over the lockdown. I did nothing. Didn't learn a language. Didn't regrout the bathroom. I watched a lot. Well, I did what you guys did. I watched a lot of Netflix and kind of had this existential of like, when is this going to end? But then whenever I got sad, I would just go over to Geneva, and it was like nothing was happening in the world. It was pretty amazing. The show is called Old Enough. Old Enough. That's the show with the toddlers who go to the supermarket, to the corner store, whatever, crossing highways to get food for their Japanese parents. It's called Old Enough. That's the name of it. And I think they should do a remake in America with teenage, suburban, privileged kids and call it You're Effing Old Enough. Give me a motherfucking break. Are you kidding me? I just bought you the newest iPhone. You're old enough to go to the mother frickin' store. And they're not allowed on their iPhones or their whatever phones. They're not allowed to do TikToks. You're friggin' old enough. I think I just sparked a whole new cottage industry. Anyway, Marie Kondo, reach out to me. I'm here. I think we have a lot to collab on. Before I go, though, I always like to do updates on Andrew Tate. He's still in prison, and I think America should swap him, Bring it full circle. Just swap, please. We will, swap, I don't know, we have probably somebody from Romania, but, we can put him in the prison in the the stadium where the Philadelphia Eagles play. You know, so Andrew Tate can be there, and then all the drunk Eagles fans can be like, who's this douchebag with these fucking glasses? And he thinks he's like hot shit. And then he would get his ass kicked by Phillies. Oh my God. I just said Phillies. By Eagle fans, Andrew Tate's ass would be grass. That is such an old school saying, but it's true. I mean, I think that would be fun. And that we could make that into a reality show too. I've got so many ideas, you guys. It doesn't stop. I don't know how. I don't know where these creative juices are coming from, but it's exciting. Anyway, old enough. You're effing old enough. I think you're effing old enough works. And let's swap a Romanian guy for American, and we can bring Andrew Tate into the Eagles prison for just a night and just have a camera on him. I think it would be fun. Good old fun, clean entertainment is what I'm saying. Anyway, I have a show coming up soon. It's my hour. It's going to be in Lausanne. Look it up if you don't know. It's going to be, it's going to be a Valentine's, the day after Valentine's, but it's going to be a lot of themed jokes about dating and marriage and all that. So if you're in town, you should definitely get a ticket on my website, jenkirwin.com, because my last show in Geneva sold out. Standing room only. True. People had to stand during the entire show. Insane. But it was great, and they were happy, and everybody liked it. So they didn't complain because they leaned back. They leaned into it. Come on, Marie Kondo, call me. I want to help you make that show help the help. Full circle. Let's do it.